guys, I wanted to come here today and give you all a little bit of an update on what's been going on in my life. It's been about 3 years since I've really been posting videos on YouTube. I posted one about 3-ish weeks ago of my daughter's get ready with me, her first day back at preschool. But I wanted to just update you because the last time I posted a video, I didn't have a child. Now I do. A lot has happened. So I did bring my little notebook so that I can stay on track because I'm the worst at remembering things. I found this cute little binder at Ross. Actually, it was really cute. I thought it was really cool. I love notebooks that have positive affirmations on them, and this one says, "Snap out of it, babe. You've got a world to take over." I thought that was really cool and a little bit of motivation every time you open it. So just jumping into the first thing that I want to talk about. I had a baby. I am the proud mom of a precious baby girl. Her name is Ava. Ava's about 1 year old now. She's about 18 months. So we're going more towards those terrible 2 stages, and I definitely do see a difference. But before I even jump into talking about Ava, just pregnancy. Oh my gosh. Pregnancy was not the most fun experience for me, to say the least. I had an awful pregnancy, honestly. I was nauseous the entire time. I had horrible morning sickness, and if I'm just being real, I've had a lot of past history of miscarriages and things like that. So I was terrified to put anything into my body. To, how they say you can drink wine while you're pregnant, you have a glass of wine. I didn't do that. I did drink coffee just because I was exhausted. I would have 1 cup a day with the appropriate amount that the doctor said I could have. But it was tough getting through the workday without a cup of coffee. So whatever. I was super nauseous. I ended up having to get on a medication to help with my nausea because it was I was throwing up 6 times a day. It was really tough getting through the workday. I'm sure a lot of you ladies can remember that feeling of just having extreme fatigue. My daughter came out with a ton of hair, and I felt like in this situation that old wives' tale was true because I had horrible heartburn my entire pregnancy. Even if I ate a banana, I had heartburn. It was ridiculous. But that was one thing. Oh, I lost a lot of weight. I lost 20 pounds during my pregnancy. I actually was skinnier then, or I weighed less than I do right now, which is crazy. But again, that was due to the nausea. Aside from that, the pregnancy was awful, but my delivery and labor was amazing. I don't have any horror stories to tell you. Of course, when the contractions kicked in, it hurt. I mean, it hurt. I feel like I turned into a little demon or something. But once I got the epidural, I was good. I had a lot of family and friends in my room. It was about 7 people in my delivery room. And yeah, like I said, when that epidural kicked in, I was good to go. It was party time. Let's get this baby out of here. I was ready to serve Ava her eviction notice, okay? So the next thing is, right now we live in a 1-bedroom apartment, but we really want to purchase a home. So while I was pregnant, Ava was due in March, and our lease was up also in March. So we were trying to decide while I was pregnant, what are we gonna do? Are we gonna move into a 2-bedroom apartment so that Ava can have her own room and we can have a little more space? But we really wanted to purchase, but we weren't quite ready. We didn't think it was a good idea to purchase an apartment while we're trying to save for a house. So we decided to stay in our 1-bedroom, and luckily for us, our master bedroom is big enough to fit the crib as well as our king-size bed. We still had, Versace, please sit down. We still had a lot of space in there, so that ended up working out. I still decorated her little area, super cute. My best friend did a belly cast for me while I was pregnant, and I hung it on the wall. That was nice. The idea was to actually sand it down and paint it to go in her nursery, but since she was in our room, I decided to just leave it bare. so that when she does have her own room, we can do whatever we want with it. So we had to get super creative with like the whole storage situation, and I'll show you guys what I ended up doing. But her closet is actually in our living room. I put these like curtains up to keep the privacy when we have guests over, but it actually worked out really well, and I'll show you a little excerpt of how I put together her closet. Something else that's super funny, and you hear people talk about, moms say, oh no, I'm not gonna put them in my bed, because you hear all these horror stories about not being able to get your kids out of your bed. So from the beginning, when I was pregnant, I said, no, I'm not letting her in my bed, nothing like that. Everyone told me, you know, you're gonna end up putting her in your bed. And I was like, no, what are you talking about? You guys are crazy. I'm not doing that. She's going to her crib. Yeah, she was in the bed. I was breastfeeding, so it was so much easier having her in the bed and being able to just roll over and nurse her rather than getting up, nursing her, putting her back down. And you know, when they're infants, they eat like every 2 hours. So it was just a lot easier on me. And the fact that, you know, you don't really sleep when you're a new mom. You kind of just take naps throughout the day, and you try to take a nap while they're taking a nap. So, but that's a whole nother thing. Something else that happened right after I had Ava, while I was pregnant, my grandmother, who is the woman who raised me, actually was diagnosed with cancer. So I lost my mom to cancer at 13 years old, and my grandmother kind of took over from there. She raised me. She was diagnosed for cancer while I was pregnant, and that was very tough because I was already emotional. I had already been through this before with my mom. So it kind of just felt like I was going through the motions all over again and losing my second mom. You know what I mean? But like I said, I had a lot of miscarriages in the past, and I was terrified that I would stress myself out and lose the baby. So, you know, that kind of gave me the strength, you know. So after I had Ava, things got really bad with my grandmother, and we actually were on a flight. We flew to DC. Ava was only 2 weeks old. I was terrified to put her on a plane with all those germs and things like that, but I really wanted my grandmother to be able to meet her, and it was important to my grandmother to meet her. So we actually surprised her. She was still in the hospital. She had no idea that we were coming, and it was just an amazing thing to see and have my grandmother hold my daughter. And you know, that's just a memory that I'll always have. My grandmother did end up losing her battle, you know, but you know, it was just a tough time to get through. I can definitely say being a mother helped me a lot. Having that little girl that I had to be strong for. I didn't want my emotions, and you know, they can feel that. Like, I'm definitely big on energy. You can transfer that energy, negative energy, positive energy, whatever energy you're feeling, you can transfer that onto another person. So having this little tiny baby that was my job to protect, I felt like I had to be strong, and I honestly don't think that I would have gotten through my grandmother's death as good as I did if it weren't for having my daughter. So now cut to, it's time for me to go back to work. Literally, it felt like my entire maternity leave was me flying back and forth to DC and just being with my grandmother in her time of transitioning. I didn't feel like I had a lot of time with my child and just enjoying the beginning parts of motherhood. So that part sucked, but hey, you gotta do what you gotta do. The bills have to be paid. So it was time for me to go back to work. Now adjusting to being a working mom, oof, that was hard. I'm still trying to figure it out. I feel like that's a discussion to save for another video. So where I work, so the schedule for my job literally is smack dab in the middle of the day. My work schedule is from 10:50 until 8 p.m., which before having Ava wasn't a big deal to me, but after becoming a mom, it just felt like I didn't get a lot of time with her in the morning. And by 8 o'clock, by the time I would come home, she would be asleep. So I felt like I was missing a lot. And I still feel like I'm missing a lot with just spending time with my child. I always had like this vision in my head of the type of mother that I wanted to be. And I just wanted to spend
Go sit down.
I just knew that I wanted to spend more time with my child. It just changes your entire perspective on what's important in life for you. We got really lucky as far as finding a babysitter. We had a really close family friend that was able to watch Ava. I would drop her off in the morning. My fiance would pick her up in the afternoon. Oh, I forgot to mention that part. I got engaged. So my fiance actually proposed to me while I was pregnant. He proposed at our gender reveal. If you want to see a quick little snippet of our proposal engagement video, keep watching until the end of this video and I'll put a little excerpt there. But back to what we were talking about. We got really lucky with finding a sitter. So I would drop her off early in the morning before going to work. He would pick her up when he got off of work, and he kind of would do the nighttime routine. I did the morning routine, so it worked. She is now in preschool, as you all saw on the last video of her first day, and she's doing very well. I'm definitely glad that we put her in preschool because I see such a difference in just like her understanding, her speech. She loves to sing the ABCs, like, and again, she's only a year old, so I'm definitely pleased with our decision. So there goes your backstory. Now let's talk about today. All these things that I've talked to you about, all of this backstory that I've given you, it's kind of what has brought me to this point right here. It's gotten me to want to start a blog, which I am currently working on. I have not published it yet, or haven't launched it yet, should I say. But I have been working on it, still getting the logistics in order, and I want to get a few posts before I actually launch it and market it, but that's something that I'm working on. And I just want to talk about all these things that I've always been interested in. Everyone who knows me knows I love my DIY projects. I'm always spending time in like Hobby Lobby, Michael's, the Dollar Tree. Literally for Christmas this past year, my cousin bought me gift cards for Michael's, and that was like the best gift because I can always find something to spend money on in Michael's or any of those other stores that I just named. I just love projects, so I want to share those with you. I'm always looking things up on Pinterest, and I'm like, I do these things in the house just for fun. Why not record them? Why not share them? Why not write about them? You know, this could be something that's helpful to someone else. If I look for these things, then someone else is looking for them as well. And why not share what I have to offer with everyone? If I'm going through something in my life, it may be something that someone else is going through, and it may be something that can help them. You never know what another person's struggle is. And I know just for me, watching YouTube, it has helped me, and it's nice to know you're not the only one, especially when I entered this new chapter of my life of motherhood. It was nice to turn on YouTube and look at these videos and read a blog to know, okay, I'm not the only person that's going through this. So that's basically my goal. So what are videos that you can expect from my channel? You're gonna see videos about motherhood. You're gonna see videos about lifestyle, travel, beauty. You can expect vlogs. I recently took a trip to Thailand with some of my girlfriends, and I did vlog the entire vacation. I originally wanted it to just be something personal. If you all would like to see that video, just leave a comment down below and I'll go ahead and start working on that. Thank you all for watching this video. Don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel.